What's up everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is the Godly Princess. I am born again and I love God. Anyway, so today I'm going to give you guys a review of this book that I have been reading for the last 1.5 days, called It Starts With Us. Okay, It Starts With Us. So It Starts With Us is a series. It's a book under a series of books, not many books, just 2. And the first book you need to read before you read It Starts With Us is It Ends With Us. So you start with this. It's because I'm saying it's a series because it's a continuing story. So you have to start with this, then you'll be able to understand this. That is noted. Okay, let me give you a very small review, then I can give you my lessons that I've learned from this book. Okay, so I try to bring a twist to my review so that it is beneficial to you guys. And out of the 2 reviews that I got from my last video that I did on the review of It Ends With Us, I found that you guys really loved that review. So if you have not watched it, please go and watch it. So the 2 people who gave me a review of that video really loved it. Okay, they loved it because I did not give the whole story of this book, but I gave my lessons from this book, which are really beneficial. So that's the twist that I bring to my reviews, so that you still have to read this book. Really, I'm not taking away the benefit that you gain from reading this book. I'm not giving you spoilers, okay? I'm just giving you a very 2-minute review, like 1-minute review, then I give you my lessons learned from the book. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. Okay, so in order to give a review of this book, I have to start with this, or it is one story. Okay, all right. So these books are about a lady called Lily, a lady called Lily. Lily comes or grew up in a violent home. The dad used to assault the mom because the dad had money and he felt that he was untouchable, and the mom endured all that. And so Lily, growing up, comes and find herself in a violent home too. The husband cannot control his temper, and so the husband beats her a few times, and then now she lives in fear, and they separate. And then she gets to a point where she gets to a point where she gets pregnant and now has a child. And when she gets her child, she wakes up to the realization that, you know what, I'm not going to bring up my child in this same circumstance. You know, this circle of violence ends with me. Okay, and that is where this book ends. It ends where Lily has decided that the circle of violence ends with her, and then she divorces. And then now this book, a second review of this book is that this book contains moving on. Lily moving on, where a child is involved, where a husband who is not ready to let go her wife is involved, because Lily's husband is not ready to let go Lily. So that is also involved in this book. And the new guy who Lily is meeting, who is called Atlas. A baby's crying. Sorry, my baby's crying. So this new guy who Lily is moving on with, who is called Atlas. Atlas also has traumas that he needs to sort out before they can move on peacefully, right? So this book contains moving on, okay? The process of moving on and finding love afresh, a good kind of love, a beautiful kind of love, honest, a lovely, awesome kind of love. So this is what this book contains. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and give you guys lessons that I learned from this book. So I have titled those lessons life after divorce or life after separation, moving on. Okay, so I've taken lessons from Lily on how Lily handled moving on after divorce. So these lessons are appropriate for someone who is moving on after divorce or after separation. And separation doesn't mean from your loved one, or from your husband or your wife only. You can be moving on from a relative, because that aspect is also in this book, where your relative is not, your mother is toxic and you have to move on from her. You have to move on without her. Your father is toxic, even that. There's someone in this book, Lily's new catch, is moving on from toxic parents, Yeah, so that aspect is also in this book. So this book contains what it entails when you're moving on, okay? When you're starting afresh, okay? That's why it says it starts with us, okay? What it entails when you're starting afresh, okay? All right, so let's get into my lessons. Lesson number 1. Have a list of reasons why you are separating or divorcing your partner, so that you refer to this list whenever you are second guessing yourself. That is self-explanatory, right? When you separate from your person, it doesn't mean they're fully bad. There are good memories that you guys share together, and these good memories will make you second guess yourself, asking yourself, could it be that I overreacted? Could it be that I could have given this guy a second chance? Could that be? So in order for you not to second guess yourself and go back to that circumstance that you're moving on from, you need to have a list. So Lily had a list where she could go back and confirm that, number 1, he assaulted me. Number 2, he beat me up. Number 3, he tried to rape me. Number 4, now I'm filled with fear whenever I'm together with him. You understand? Yeah, so have a list, okay? Like a physical list, write in a notebook, so that any day when you feel like you want to go back to that mess, go and confirm that list. Go and refer to that list. Number 2, surround yourself with people who are in support of your decision. Lily surrounded herself with good friends who were in support of her decision to separate, her decision to move on. And this really helped her to move on. Because if you have friends who are not in support of your decision, who are still defending the thing that you're trying to break from, then it will be hard for you to move on. So make sure your surrounding, make sure your support system, make sure the people that you interact with are people who are in support of your moving on. So if you have someone who is still referring to your old way of life, who is still defending the person who was assaulting you, the person who you're moving from, please let that person go. Block that person. That person is not appropriate for you at this point, okay? Is not serving you at this point. That person need to go, okay? So number 2, surround yourself with people who are in support of your moving on, of your separation, of your divorce, okay? Guys who are seeing the point, they're like, it is true, this guy is not treating you well and you deserve better, and we are going to provide for you every resource, all right, including speaking in a way to support, behaving in a way to support your decision of moving on, okay? Number 3, seek therapy. The beauty of therapy is that you speak to someone who does not know both of you, someone who is only giving you advice based on what you're saying, okay? So they're not able to support your husband or your wife or your parent, the person you're moving on from. They are not able to support them, and they're not able to support you because they don't know you. They're only making decisions based on your expression or based on what you are expressing, based on what you're saying. So it helps to get a neutral point of view. Okay, that's why therapy is very good. Number two, in therapy, this person, out of what you say, is able to help you heal your own self, because they're able to unearth the things that you really need to heal from, independently, without judging you based on the other person. Okay, they're able to tell who you are based on what you say, and they're able to help you heal. They could tell you, you know what, I can see you're still struggling with pride. I can see, don't you think you need to forgive? Don't that? I don't know, I've never done active therapy, but the people who have done say so, that therapy is able to help you heal as an individual, and then you're able to look at the circumstance that you are in differently, with an open mind. Okay, number 4, seek the help of a lawyer to iron out things pertaining co-parenting or terms of meeting, etc. Okay, that is also self-explanatory. You have to see a lawyer. You need to, especially if children are involved, or if violence was involved, you need to have the help of a lawyer, so that you guys can set up terms of meeting. Because Lily, for example, could meet up with this guy, and this guy was still threatening her when they were in private. You see? Yeah, and then when someone assaults you in private and you're not able even to document what is happening, it's difficult to tell someone else that this person is assaulting me. It's difficult, but when you have the help of a lawyer, you're able to set out all these terms of meeting. You have to meet with the third person involved. If it is co-parenting, you don't meet in my house. I bring the child to a central place, maybe a supermarket, a restaurant, wherever, so that you are sure of your safety. Okay, so you need to seek the help of a lawyer. Even if your mom is very toxic, or your dad is toxic, or your sister, at times you need to get to a point where you seek the help of a lawyer. Okay, whoever you're separating from, please get to a point where you even go and put down a statement at the police. Have that with you, because things escalate and they become things that need to go to court, that legal help is needed, and when you have no evidence, you have no case. Okay, darling? So you need to seek the help of a lawyer. Number last, these lessons are so few. Please note, there is someone out there who will love you the right way. You deserve to be loved. And if a man loves you, no situation will hinder them from fighting for you. You can always love again. That is the bottom line. As you move on, as you separate, as you divorce, know that you can always love again, and you can always be loved again. There's something that I read on the social media, Instagram to be specific, where someone wrote that human beings are not ours to own, they are ours to experience. Okay, so someone else is waiting to experience you in the next life, and you are also alive to experience other lives. Okay, so don't behave as though you're tied with someone. That is what will make you want to go back to them. Don't go back to them. You're not tied to people. You are alive to experience life. Okay, I want to read for you page 193 for someone who wants to start life afresh, and they have so many people to consider before they make decisions to move on. Okay, you have to consider your children before you can even fall in love again. You're like, I need to consider how my husband feels, my ex-husband feels. I need to consider how my ex-wife feels. I want to read for you something in page 193 of this book before I end this review. Okay, so let's rush to page 193, and I have underlined it, and it says, my loyalty is to the people who bring positivity into my life. My loyalty is to the people who want to build me up and see me happy. Those are the people I am going to make decisions about my life for. So if you want it to start with you, a new family, a new marriage, a new job, a new whatever, you want to move on from the life that you're living that is not serving you right, I want you to remember this, that your loyalty is only to people let me reread it. Your loyalty is only to the people who bring positivity in your life. Your loyalty is only to the people who want to build you up and make and see you happy. Those are the people who you are going to make decisions about your life for. Those are the only people you're going to consider when making decision on whether to move on. Did you love my review? If you did, please give me a comment on the comment section below, and I hope to see you guys again next time. Okay, subscribe, and sorry for the noise. This video had lots of noise because this is my last week of leave and I'm still at home, and there are people who are fighting out there. What's wrong with these 20-year-olds? Someone is fighting because of a boyfriend. I wish they would read these books. The things that are waiting for them in life, hapa mbele, they will be surprised. And a kid is also crying. If this kid will know the life that is waiting for him in front, he will be happy now and not cry and wait to cry later. Anyway, shauri yao. Bye.